What's going on, housemates? Happy Friday. I hope you've had a great week wherever you're watching this from around the world. As we all know, the Arsenal returns tomorrow after a much needed trip to Dubai. Although, of course, it did not go as planned as Kai Havertz tore his hamstring. And so we have found ourselves in an incredible predicament brought upon ourselves by ourselves, really, a self inflicted injury crisis. And so all eyes are on what Mikel Arteta does tomorrow to, find a short term, pretty short term solution to our front three. And so it's going to be a pretty short video today, just going through my starting 11, really, and talking about what the different solutions are a little bit more. I talked about it in my last video, but going straight into it, I'm going to give you my starting 11, then I'll give you the starting 11 that we're almost guaranteed to see tomorrow. So my starting 11 would be David Raya in goal, Urian Timber at right back. Ben White is back fit and available, and that's amazing to see. But, there's almost no chance that he starts having just returned from injury. Urian Timber's also been an incredible player this entire season for us. Saliba Gabriel center back, sticking with Miles Lewis Skelly, just an incredible player, and he offers us so much both in defense and attack. Midfield, Declan Rice, Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard. And then up front, it's going to be very unpopular, but I'm going with Leandro Trossard at left wing, Mikel Merino as our emergency striker, and Ethan Nwaneri at the right wing. Now, Mikel Merino, first of all, physically offers us somewhat similar things to Kai Havertz, just in terms of his height and his ability in the air. Obviously, he can't run on the same level as Kai Havertz. Marino just doesn't have the same pace. And yeah, Kai Havertz just works so tirelessly for us, man. And it hurts so much to see him injured. I made a post about it last night, but he already has one more goal than he did in all of last season, and he did it in 17 less games. Top 5 most ground covered in the league. Only non-midfielder there. So really hurts to see it, man. And he really would die for this badge. And it hurts to see how much hate he gets considering how much he gives to this team. So sucks to see, but Marino also does know how to find himself in some pretty good positions. His finishing hasn't been up to speed. He should have a couple more goals this season than he does. Pretty easy finishes. I just think that, he isn't quite as equipped to anticipate the speed of a cross or a deflection falling into his path. He just doesn't have that instinct, obviously, that a number 9 would have. But I just think that we should try it out, man. I'm not inspired by Leandro Trossard as our center forward, our false 9. Obviously he can do a job and he's a really good finisher, but I just don't think he's as influential. We've seen how many assists he's, picked up in the last month or so. Against Villa, against Tottenham. I'm definitely forgetting at least one other game, I think. But yeah, a really exciting player. City as well, I think. Regardless. So that's my starting 11, man. Now, the realistic starting 11 is all of the same players that I mentioned, but with Leandro Trossard at center forward and Raheem Sterling on the left wing. That's what we're gonna see tomorrow. I'm 99% sure of it. And we're just gonna have to grind out these results, man, because I think we'll realize with Kai Havertz out of the team, how much of a gap there is there in terms of how tirelessly he works for us. And it's going to be bizarre seeing us play the rest of the season without him, because he's been one of the only consistencies, the only constants in our team. He's always been fit. And we put this on ourselves, man. We could see after the Wolves game that he was quite literally incapacitated. He had to be helped off the pitch. He had to be helped up and then off the pitch at the end of the game, after the game. So it's going to be fascinating. Leicester have been really poor this entire season, including, since Ruud van Nistelrooy came in. They were really unlucky not to go through in the FA Cup, or at least to, not take it to extra time, because that Maguire header was so far offside. So you can't ever underestimate them. It's the Premier League, of course, but even with our injuries, we should be winning this game, really. I don't think there are any excuses. So that's about it for me. It's a short video today, but let me know if you think this Merino idea is ridiculous. I know to some of you it will be. It was very controversial when I posted the idea on Instagram. So let me know what you think, and I'll be with you tomorrow for my reactions to the game. So enjoy the last evening you have before the return of the Arsenal, before a different type of stress comes back, and hopefully we'll be celebrating a win tomorrow in light of Liverpool drawing their game in hand. So until then, come on, you Gunners, and peace, everybody.